Hello everybody, how are ya? I hope you're all safe, I hope you are all well. Let's kick off things today with some excellent news. So over the weekend just gone, the channel has now passed the 800 subscriber mark. So thank you all so much who rallied together and got some subscribers in. That really does mean a lot to me. And thank you to everybody who is subscribed, has been subscribed for a while, watches the videos, likes, leaves comments. Honestly, it all means the world to me. And yeah, no, just it's honestly, I'm lost for words in many ways. I always am when it comes to subscriber counts, but it's obviously not what it's about. The comments are what I do this for. I absolutely love hearing from you guys. So yeah, please continue to leave comments. And who knows, maybe this year is the year where we do surpass the 1,000 subscriber mark. Wouldn't that be something, eh? Well, it certainly is windy today. It's an absolute nightmare. For those of you who have watched my content for a while, you know that I upload on Friday nights. Well, it's currently 10 to 11 on Friday morning. So if you do see this on Friday, well, today, whatever day it is, just know that I filmed it, edited it, and edited it and uploaded it on the same day. So be impressed. This Audi wants nothing to do with me. He wants me to go in front of him, hence why he's moved so far over. It's okay, buddy. It's okay, I'm not in a rush. So as a lot of you will remember, that it did take a long time to get this bike to me. It was a whole ordeal, but whilst that time was a bit annoying and frustrating, we did use it to our advantage. We were very interactive, and I got you guys guessing some bikes that I might have gone for. And there were some really interesting guesses. There was MTs, there was the GTR, there was a BMW mentioned somewhere, Harleys, Indians, and I thought I'd just do a little video to sort of say why I went for the ZZR1400 as opposed to anything else. Starting off with the fact, as obviously some of you guys know, that I have had a Yamaha Phaser and I have had a Triumph Sprint ST1050 as my big bikes. Now, I've always looked at those two, like the Sprint especially, as, you know, they're sport tourers, and it's definitely a body shape that I really get on with. I would love to be able to ride like the crazy super sport R1s and the CBR and the Fireblades and all that, but I've always just found them a little cramped. Hence why I went with the Sprint, because the Sprint was quite a big bike for, I suppose, the 1050 lump that was in it. So I should actually just stretch, whilst I'm saying about, oh, I like the bike's big and chunky, I wouldn't have a BMW K, whatever it is, KT, you know, those massive ones. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure they're incredible pieces of kit, but not for me, not for me. So sticking with the sport tourer theme, it's always been something that I thought, you know, oh, well, it's going to have to be something like that. And I don't know what you know, some of you guys watching would class the ZZR as. I've heard it, you know, be called a sports tourer, but I've also heard it be called a hyper tourer. So I don't really care. It's all technicalities, but for me, it's the fact that it is a very similar shape to what I'm used to. So I was always going to go for something a bit like that. But you know, the GTR was nice, because some of you might know I rode the GTR 1400. The power delivery, the handling of that bike was exceptional, but for me, I don't know, this is a bit more like me. Maybe in a few years, maybe as I get older, the GTR will look just more and more appealing to me. Oh, the sun is coming out to play. Huzzah. This Audi is all over the place. I really don't think he wants me here. Hello to you. That sounded nice. So sticking with the sort of sports touring theme, the comfort. Now, I don't know, you know, some of you might have rode a ZZR, some of you might not have, but I'd be interested to know what people think the bike is without having ever rode one, looking at it. Do you think it's a comfortable bike? Because surprisingly, I think it really is. It's, in my opinion, a little bit more comfortable than the Triumph Sprint was. I don't know, you know, if that's seat or anything like that, because to me the Sprint seat was a bit bigger, had a lot more cushioning. This is definitely a lot more firm and flat, but it doesn't seem to be having an effect on me. The seating position's really nice for me. My knees tuck really nicely under that tank. The handlebars are in a good position for me. The previous owner actually put on the handlebar risers, spacers, whatever you want to call them. So they're a little bit higher. I suppose I prefer that as well, because if they were a little bit lower, then yeah, I'd be really hunched back and all that jazz. But I don't know, maybe we'll see. I mean, I have to admit, with the handlebars raised, I now don't think I fit this screen. I think it just hits my helmet, so I definitely feel the wind a lot more than what I felt on the Sprint. But that also could have something to do with the fact that this bike goes faster. Whee! Sticking with the previous owner for a second, big shout out to Sean, who absolutely kept this bike in tip-top shape. I mean, I keep getting complimented on how clean the bike looks, on how, you know, stunning it is, and how it doesn't look its age at all. And being the owner of it for only like two and a bit weeks, I can't take any credit for that. But thankfully, me and the former owner have found each other on social media, so hopefully we can arrange some sort of meet up. And yeah, Sean, if you're watching, big thank you, mate. Bike looks exceptional. So another reason why the ZZR1400, and to be honest, it could have been the same for the GTR, but as some of you guys know, I absolutely love that Triumph Sprint. And whilst I had no mechanical issues with it ever in my ownership, I had a few electrical faults, and I had a swing arm issue, so some structural issues, let's say. Don't get me wrong, none of it, you know, disastrous, all of it fixable. But reliability of that bike has sometimes proved a bit of a headache. And I think when you've owned it for so long and you think, right, you know, reliability then crept up my list of priorities. So what do? You go for a Japanese inline 4, because, yeah, you know, why not? It's the Japanese have been building bikes for a while. They're very good at it, and this is an exceptional bike. The build quality of it is superb. So I don't think I can be blamed for that. But yeah, definitely reliability was a factor. Just doing some filtering here, so trying to get through this horrible Dunstable traffic. Let's bring up another point, shall we? And I won't get away from it. I won't try and hide anymore. Performance, you know, let's not lie. I think my bikes have been naturally progressed up the CC and up the brake horsepower and all of that jazz. Does this take it to an entirely new level and a new extreme? Yeah, I would say it does. The bike's obviously got an abundance of power. But what I absolutely love about it is, despite it having abundance of power, it's not that difficult to ride politely, or should we say legally? Let's say legally. Don't get me wrong, the bike is obviously a lot more happy when it's, you know, going for it. That is what it's built and designed to do. But town riding isn't as difficult as what I thought it was. And I think a lot of that comes down to the weight. The weight has surprised me on this bike. I think it is heavier than the Triumph Sprint statistically, but for some reason it just feels a lot lighter. That's obviously going to be something to do with weight distribution, just where it is. But yeah, it's not difficult at all. It's very easy. It doesn't stutter or anything like that. Again, probably one of the perks of having that smooth Japanese inline 4. And so yeah, it's just wonderful to have that option available. You know, you haven't got to go 100 miles an hour everywhere, but it's nice to know it's there. Well, and then some. Obviously, let's not pretend I haven't opened it up or anything like that so far. I'm still very much in the getting used to it phase. The bike at the moment very much outskills me. I think one of the people on one of the Kawasaki ZZR owners group said, you know, the bike will think faster, it will act faster than you can think, something like that. And yeah, they're spot on. They're absolutely spot on. This thing is at the moment probably a step and a half, 2 steps ahead of me, so we'll get there, but it's patience. A factor that really doesn't need talking about, it speaks for itself, but I'll mention it anyway, is of course the looks. I mean, come on. One of my work colleagues said, congratulations, you've bought the bike that every sort of 6-year-old would draw. If you said draw a motorcycle, this is what a 6-year-old would draw. And to that I say, hell yeah. 6-year-olds know what they're talking about, man. They know design, so I'm not embarrassed by that. I love that, in fact, because it's an absolute insane motorcycle, and it has the looks to support that. You know, you don't look at a Ferrari or a Lamborghini and go, oh, that looks sophisticated, because it doesn't mind the pole. You know, and it's the same with this bike. It's nuts, and it looks nuts. So very happy with the looks. Everyone loves it as well. The best colour scheme as well, in my opinion, the black and green. So don't get me wrong, they look nice in any colour, but the black and green, oh, you just can't beat it. Some of you, of course, will know this driveway very well. This is the driveway towards HBB Motorcycles. I'm on my way to go see Darren. Speaking of Darren, actually, recently we did film a Wolf Tales episode with Darren and a few of his friends on his lovely BMW GS, and they had GSs as well. So it's a GS Fiesco, if you will, Fiesta, I don't know, whatever, a GS party. But yeah, Darren's obviously, he loves Kawasaki through and through. I believe he's had a few of these bikes as well, so I've owned it a while now and I still haven't taken it round to see for him to see it, so let's do that now, shall we? Well, finally I'm on my way home. That was only meant to be a quick stop, but I've actually been round Darren's for about 4 hours. For those of you who know Darren at HBB Motorcycles, you know he can talk. But he also did a little bit of investigation work on the bike, just because he knows ZZRs. He knows Kawasaki's very well, so I thought I'd have him have a look over it. I had some squeaking brakes as well, and he's just done some nice copper grease on that. So all is good. Absolutely love chatting to Darren. Such a nice lad. Right, so I'm going to make my way back home now. Hopefully this was only a short little video. I'm absolutely loving the ZZR1400. Really happy with my decision, really happy with the choice. The other bikes mentioned were fantastic. Stuff like sizes and engine capacity, what the bike is for, they just weren't for me. Maybe the GTR in a few years time when I've maybe gotten a bit older, but for now I want to enjoy this. You know, this is a blast of a motorcycle, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun together. I really do. First tour's coming up. I'm going to be going to Cornwall at the end of April, and I will be taking part in the Saddlebags social ride happening, I believe, on April 30th. So if you can get down for that, that'd be awesome. But yeah, guys, I'm going to stop waffling because you know what I'm like. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not give it a thumbs up? If you're not subscribed, definitely do that. I'd love to see if we could hit 1,000 subscribers this year. And yeah, whatever you do or whatever you don't do, leave a comment, because I absolutely love hearing from you guys. It's the best part about doing this. Right, thank you all once again. Until the next time, cheers.